Hello and welcome. This is Nolan with DiscoverNC News, and as always, thank you for having me. Wanted to talk about, and have not talked about in quite some time, wetlands, and specifically in the state of North Carolina, but 404 area, which is also wetlands. So the final jurisdiction in wetlands comes from the Army Corps of Engineers. And just as a side note, we have a great Army Corps of Engineers in Wilmington. I cannot remember his name, but there's a great on-site guy that at any point in time, if you need help, will come down, look at things, etc. But little known fact, so in 2023, the Supreme Court ordered, and this is very interesting, that there was a new law made, and it said land that was not connected to a continuous body of surface water was no longer, or is no longer deemed a wetland. So that's a pretty huge thing if you think about it, because there are literally millions of acres of wetlands in the state of North Carolina that are most likely not connected to a continuous body of surface water. So shortly after that, this law also went into effect through what's called the Farm Act in the state of North Carolina. Just interesting tidbit, Governor Cooper tried to veto it, but he was overruled. So now, as of, again, last year, May, June 2023, anything not connected to a continuous body of water is deemed a wetland. So I did a little bit more research and digging, because there are lots of areas in Brunswick County that, at least on the surface, seem to, I guess, adhere or would not be a wetland any longer. So some areas in Boiling Spring Lake, some areas in Bolivia, local areas. I actually called the Davie Resource Group, which was formerly Land Management Group. Very good company. They help delineate wetlands. They help, I'm not going to say mitigate wetlands if there is, wetlands on property. So long story short, they gave me a much better definition. So if it is a wetland that is not connected, but if it does have a dry ditch, a canal, something that does eventually feed into a surface body of water, it still is deemed a wetland. But it still is affecting millions of acres of wetlands in North Carolina. Probably a very good thing for a developer who, has a parcel of land that can now be developed if this truly is the definition and you can work through it. But also might be a negative where, lots of articles floating around in North Carolina, certain amphibians, things like that, they breed in these shallow bodies of water that now might be eliminated because they're not connected to an ultimate surface body of water. So more to come on this, but very interesting fact. Just wanted to share it. And as always, thank you. If you have any questions, please let us know.